What's up, gamers? What compels us to consume? What drives us to eat the cake? Some may say cake isn't good for you. Too sweet, too sugary, too much chocolate. These assumptions are completely wrong. Tell me, does this cake seem to have sugar? No, it has no sugar. It is pure muscle, fat, protein. So who is society to tell me what cake I can't eat? What say does society get in my desire to suck up an entity into dust? Because cannibalism is not allowed to be portrayed, but child slavery? How else could we have built our platform? No ethics don't exist. That's something we pretend exists. But 5 minutes in this game and you'll realize just how quickly people remove ethics just to entertain their sheer boredom. If you're a hardcore gamer looking for a PvP grind game, I would not recommend you play this. The community is filled with sweaty tryhards. The balance doesn't exist. Your early game experience will consist of getting repeatedly ganked by players well above your pay grade, getting sniped across the map from amalgamations you'll desire but never achieve. However, I know some autistic chimp that watches this is going to still try and play this affrontment to God, so this will not just be a funny and hilarious video, but an educational experience on your descent into hell. To start, you need to join a lobby, and already you can see the wonderful experience you're about to have. This was your first mistake, randomly joining a server. You forgot that when you join a server, you need to go down to the select a specific server. That way, if some kid keeps destroying you, simply switch to your other account and remind them why everyone hates
Narukami.
To start, you have the option between CCG and Ghoul. Pick whichever one you want, you're getting your anus violated regardless. For you, your main goal is finding quiet servers where there's less likely to be disabled brainlets who have hooked their Ethernet cord to the servers. Here you can focus on farming and trainers. Trainers are the developer's way of helping new players boost their leveling, so they don't become walking punching bags. These trainers give boosts to levels, which grants focus. Your focus can be used to the 4 attributes. Generally, the meta setup is 100 physical, 200 speed, majority Kagane Quincas, and minority endurance. This is the optimal setup to still get your anus violated, and from here on out, you're done. It's nothing but farming from here. Usually you want to hit level 1500, as that's when you can use all the Kagane stages for every Kagane that are available. As you reach level milestones, various bosses become available. These bosses drop rewards like RC and Yen. RC is used to advance to the next stage of your Kagane. The advanced stages are always enhanced versions of the previous version. However, RC is the grind. Aside from levels, RC is the biggest cooking tool the developers added. See, you can buy new Kaganes from this licensed surgeon. Buying new Kaganes or Quincas with Yen resets your RC to 800, and there is not a single second stage in-game that has an 800 requirement. But with some Robux, for a noob player, you should focus on purchasing Kaneki. It's the best early game Kagane, and if you don't spawn with it when you join, don't worry, you can use codes. Codes are like condom brands. They offer financial safety while protecting you from financial ruin, offering Yen and RC. Be careful, as they're only a one-time use. If you don't know which codes have expired or not, you can check the Ghoul wiki. Late game players don't need to worry about RC as badly. The use of Gaia Sacks, which are massive storages of rewards. Now, why haven't I mentioned Gaia Sacks? Because you're not high level enough. You have yet to enter the cool kids zone. That, and the rabbits still haunt me.
No! No! No!
And that's it. Server hop from quiet server to quiet server. Farm bosses, use trainers, grind, and there are no other tools. You have to remember, this is a Roblox game. Grind isn't just a curse, it's a feature. If you want to level up and farm without worry, you can get a private server. Set up an auto-clicker. If you don't want to spend Robux, there are some secluded spots to farm. Granted, the possibility of someone finding and relocating you into the grave is not to be underestimated. Unfortunately, there's a greater threat to you than just max level players. That's the exploiters. People who thought, yeah, I'll grind on a populated server, only to find themselves at the brink of insanity. These players have given up, preying on the chance that all other players on the server pity them enough not to report them. So after an undisclosed amount of grinding, you're finally max level. And by this point, you're familiar with at least one or two in-game systems. So what else is there to do? Fight. At its core, Ghoul is about speed, which can be converted into force, accounted by weight. This is how it works. To turn moderate enclosed fist into lethal punches. Your goal is to let everyone on the server know you have the biggest phallus, the largest schlong, the most engorged wiener, and it is your duty to swing that perfectly average sized wiener across the face of everyone you meet. Some may dislike it, but their fate was sealed the moment they joined this godforsaken game. The only person in the wrong is them, not you. Combat, it is essential you know some basics. So here are some gaming tips to help you suppress the urge to communicate with less than savory dialogue. Double tap your movement keys to dash. This is essential if you do not want to be repeatedly combo stun locked. But even if you do get caught while dashing, pressing T to block significantly reduces incoming damage, at the expense of being completely immobile. Go into the settings and activate shift lock, so your character moves with your mouse. Dashing against objects can propel you higher and giving you the aerial advantage. Combine a dash with a movement ability to make you go faster. Get the concussor and its CCG equivalent. But what now? Now you get Koshi. Farm Gaiasek so you never have to manually farm minions for hours on end. Then you get to play around and use various Kaganes and Quincas, some of which I'll be covering. In my opinion, use whatever you want. However, just know that certain options may give people certain opinions about you. These are ranked in terms of how annoying the players are who use them. Taki, the original tryhard Kagane. These players don't play Taki because they enjoy it, but because it's all they know. Their life is Taki. Their wife is Taki. They are some of the most dedicated PvPers, and the reason why the entire meta is nothing but stunlock combos. The notorious combo E-RFC. While Taki has long since remained the original tumor, worse has yet to come. Lycan. They're furries and they know it. Ginkui. The original CCG tryhard weapon. But it isn't hated like Taki for the same reasons. For one, worse exists, and two, the skill. While Ixa got its AoE stun nerfed and reworked, Ginkui still gets to keep its AoE stun. Much like Taki, the possibility for an annoying stunlock removing half your health means it's invited a lot of people to try it, which isn't an issue. The issue is the difference between a good Ginkui and a bad Ginkui is negligible. Just use that hard R and feel the disdain emanate from your opponents as they realize the only thing they can do is block. Kakujira. Kakujira is a tried and true formula of when they use it, they're an unstoppable force. Nothing you do can stop them. When you use it, you suck more dick than a politician. Ken Kaneki. In recent times, Ken has been getting a rework, with only PK Ken surviving. This rework brought out the monstrosity that is Ken K2, the new Taki K2. The first mode is a mobile aerial assault, with a range that would put Koshi, the range Kagane, to shame. The second mode is just as mobile form, except it now has an untargetable lock with a back attack, which opens you up to a very easy R attack. While there are many other Kaganes and Quincas, these are some of the most notable ones, and therefore the worst ones. But we can keep going, we can keep devolving, so I'm going to talk about all the other Kaganes in a point-by-point presentation. Koshi, your definitive ghoul farming tool. Aim your R and farm Gaia. Ito, the true airborne supreme being, the best tool to revenge kill other players. Jason, whack smack, please let me move, I've been comboed for several years now. Tatara, how the mighty has fallen, please buff and bring back the sea. Noro, all the tankiness of Kakujira without any of the damage, but with bonus regeneration while blocking. Yomo, can't dash, can't walk faster than a turtle until you call up your electricity provider. Amon, dash and waddle. Furata, I would tell you but I don't care. Hinami, range, putting even Koshi to shame. Nishiki, don't play. Toka, don't play. Shu, absolute must have. Apart from Kaganes and Quincas, you have Quinks and Specials. These are special attack, not limited by your Kagane or Quinke of choice. Quinks and Specials can be purchased with yen, and don't reset your RC. I would show you all of them, but the only two worth mentioning are Concussor and Psycho. Possibly Kuki Eri, but I play this game because it's the only passable Tokyo Ghoul action game available, and it's on Roblox, so I generally don't like having to grind for a tool that might be good. The CCG also have Aratas. Aratas are special suits that increase your attack and defense, as well as being able to provide special perks. Naturally, all power has a cost, and the Arata has a vor fetish. It can only restrain itself for so long. Even in death, ghouls still want that cake. There's also a reputation system with a bi-hourly cash out of yen. Completing tasks by your respective side will grant you reputation, which can be cashed out for yen. Gaia sacks also drop reputation. But there's another side. The Quincas side. Why? Why not? I can sell my soul for a video. Quincas are the CCG's weapons, harvested from the dead bodies of ghouls and then shaped into fancy sticks. This one got nerfed, this one has a battery, and this one is if Koshi could stun you and disengage at the same time. I'll admit, CCG weapons generally get the better end of the deal, and after seeing these Quincas, hopefully you'll understand why Narukami is a hate crime against your sanity. Ixa, it was really good, now it's mediocre. Owl, do you like range? Do you like melee? Do you want Kajiri without Kajiri? Get an SS Owl today. Higher Mind, the name is not reflective of its users. Reaper, I don't play it. Narukami, the definitive piece of garbage. A weapon so obnoxiously overtuned that even the rotten IQ of Ken-K2 players laugh at how spineless it takes to use this weapon. The melee stance is alright, but the range mode requires less skill to use than a fleshlight. 10 out of 10 weapon, you're going to hell with me for using it. And these are your tumors, and they're taking you to the next stage. Buffing your range mode, if you see a Narukami main using range mode, invalidates their non-existent skill. I am by no means a good player, so when I can energize my brainstem and do a single combo and remove half my enemy's HP, I think that's a sign of favoritism, because my homie, my comrade, my love, Ixa, just really needed that nerf. But why is this game's balance less consistent than your life? Partly because all of this was made by one dude over the span of 6 years. However, the hyper focus on Kaganes and Quincas as our content, which is fine, except for everything else gets fucked. The last map update we got was 5 years ago. The only in-game boss is Gaia, who was added 1 year ago. Before that, the only way to get RC super quickly was to server hop in the hope that no one had killed Ito, and even then contribution wasn't a thing. You either got the last blow and in turn the rewards, or you got your RC stolen by some parasite skirting the sphere of your eyeballs. Even worse, Ito used to be the only boss in the entire fucking game. New players still have to fight for the only farming zones with other new players, praying that some overleveled 9-year-old deity reminds them of chronology and the leniency their spare time offers. Trainers can help levity the grind, but at best they might get you to level 1000. I'm not even sure if you can fight Gaia at level 1000, and even if you could, rewards are based on your damage contribution. So lower level players who do less damage, take more damage, have less Kaganes and or Quincas for farming are going to get the equivalent of being paid in lint. You might try and go on a quiet server to auto grind with an auto clicker, but the chance of some random guy killing you is very high. Please buff Ixa. As noted, the Switch shop is always in production. Please subscribe so I can get paid and enjoy your next video.